Welcome back.
Hey.
I was just telling the audience a little bit about why I respect you so much.
Okay.
Yes, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, you're smart. And you get to share as much as you want. I told him I wouldn't tell no secrets. But I know that you built this from the ground up. With community, of course, support of your mother. There's a great relationship there, which is awesome.
Yes.
But you started from nothing. What year was that?
That was 2019.
So 2019, we were trying to connect since 2020. And since that time, how many different countries have you not visited? How many countries have you lived in?
Two.
Where are we at?
Costa Rica and Mexico. So
Costa Rica and
started
Mexico.
in Tulum and then moved up to Playa del Carmen. And then a different year I moved to Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica. So, but let's just back up because prior to that I was in corporate America for almost 14 years at Nike Inc. So I worked in Beaverton, Oregon for a good 10 years out there, and I spent some time here too in Chicago. So I started at Nike Town, Chicago, way back in the day in
When
06.
it existed.
Yeah. When they called it Nike Town, back in 06. And I was there for a year. I started in visual merchandising. I have a background in that along with marketing. Then due to a reorg, I moved out to Portland, Oregon, and I was like, I'll give it a year or two, not knowing what I was thinking. Clearly, I don't like to work. So I'm like, a year or two, we good. Let's check the box. But it turned out to 10 years in Portland, and then I've held several different positions from brand marketing. I would do like events for All-Star Weekend, Super Bowl, store openings for House of Hoops, Nike Yardline, Kids Fly Zone, like the whole Foot Inc. chain. So
Wait, did you say Fly Zone?
Kids Fly Zone.
That's a shoe?
It's a concept store that we had with Kids Foot Locker.
All right, cool.
So have you been to House of Hoops?
I have been to House of Hoops.
Okay, so we had a concept store for Nike and Jordan product within their stores.
Okay,
so
cool.
House of Hoops was the one for Foot Locker. Fly Zone was the one for Kids Foot Locker.
Okay.
Nike Yardline was the one for Champs. So football, like, it was crazy.
Great
We were
marketing.
opening up all of these
it.
stores all over the place. So I was in charge of community outreach along with athlete appearances. It was a great ride. The fun part was I really care nothing about sports. So I'm talking about, I'm sitting with Kobe Bryant, LeBron, KD.
Nice.
And I'm just like, are you
Kobe,
here?
though.
Yeah, Kobe. I have a picture with him.
That's my dude.
We were at All Star in Houston Galleria when we took over the ice skating rink. Yeah, I have a.
I met him downtown.
Oh, cool.
I met him downtown this last year, him and Paul.
Yeah.
And apparently I was really awestruck. I don't really get awestruck.
Oh,
There are certain people, the way they live their life,
Yeah.
I'm awestruck. And there's only about a handful.
Yeah.
Not even a handful.
You like
Yeah,
that,
not even a
right?
handful. I'm very
One.
particular. He's one of those. So
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, they were great people. I just really didn't care about sports.
I get that. All right, so tell me this.
So,
Tell me this.
Yeah.
Being in an industry where you didn't care about sports and you had the type of success that people dream of. When I say dream of, store openings, hanging out with celebrities, traveling, and they're paying for it. You said a very interesting phrase. Clearly, I don't like to work though.
I don't.
How were you able to step into an industry and blow up the way that you did and have influence and have the tonality of, I don't really want to be here. I'm just here because y'all paying bills.
I think over the course of my 20s, it was like, okay, I was still checking the boxes.
Sure.
You go to school, you get the job, you get married, you get the house, and I didn't have kids, but I was checking the boxes and it's like, oh, let's make more money, let's do this, let's do that. But at the same time, I'm like, this is bullshit.
At what point did you know it was
bullshit.
BS? Like, at what point were you like, this is bullshit? Like,
it was
what?
kind of like midway through, and it just, Nike is a great company.
Of course,
but for me personally, I would just be sitting in meetings and I'm like, I'm not saving a life. Like literally saving a life right there. And I'm like, why are we going in circles talking about the same thing over and over again? And it was just like, and plus dealing with my own challenges and changes in life. Getting married and then, now you want a divorce and moving back across country, like culture shock between Oregon going back to Chicago. It's crazy. So Like, it was just like, I don't want anything else to do with it.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Did the divorce occur around the same time the career change occurred, or not necessarily?
That was like later on after my my last year in Portland. It was literally, I went to Bali, of course traveling. I went to Bali. I'm there. They're like, hey, we have a new position, blah blah blah. Do you want it? I'm like on PTO. Like, why are you calling me? Thank you, but can we finish this in 10 days? It's not that important.
Yeah.
And then literally I get back, I accept that position, like within 1 to 2 days.
Yeah.
I accept, he's like, oh, I want a divorce. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay, life happens.
Life is happening. This is how it's gonna happen. So yeah, it's at that time it just felt like, you know, you're in your house and you have everything sitting nice in place, and somebody just comes and pulls the carpet.
Oh,
and
you mean
everything
like when
goes
life is
flying.
set up, and then all of a sudden we're like, what happened?
Yes,
Yeah.
everything is just flying everywhere. Because it's like, oh, you're moving, but you've been here 10 years. Okay, I need to say bye. You know, have my own closure. Oh, wait, you're going through emotional distress right now because he wants a divorce. So like, you're crying every other second. So, oh wait, the people are calling for relocation. Like,
wow.
Nike relocation top tier. They call.
You want to relocate? Get a job with Nike. That's what she's saying.
They call. They have the house people, the real estate people call because they buy your house from you and then they sell it for you.
Wow, that's awesome.
The people for your car. The people come pack your house. Like, top tier.
Nice.
But it was just too much at that time.
Sure.
Like, it was nonstop within 1 day. I'm like, wait.
That was a 24-hour period?
They, like, the minute I said yes for the job, they were all calling.
Wow.
And this was all happening immediately. And after I just found out, oh, we want a divorce.
Okay.
Yeah, it was so crazy at that time.
What were you thinking emotionally? What were you feeling in that moment?
Gosh.
Because I feel like that had something to do with this yearning you had before when you're like, why am I here? I'm not saving a life.
Yeah.
Crash.
Yeah.
And out of that, something birthed. Maybe it's still in formation, but what do you recall the feeling at that time? Other than obviously it's stressful.
Yeah, that's all I remember, honestly.
That's totally cool.
Like,
listen, I have seasons that feel like that, and all I know is it was a blank.
Yeah, because I think after that period, that's when I met you when I moved back to Chicago.
Yes.
And I finally got into the gym.
Yes.
So that's how it happened. I was like, okay, something needs to change because I go through my seasonal depression and also depression. So like September through December came, I was like, okay, I got to do something. January came. I'm like, let me join 360 because it's right there. I lived on 31st and Giles. It's right there. Let me do something because if not, I'm going to lose my mind. Like it's winter. I like to be outside. I like sunshine. Nothing's happening. Joined the gym. Met you. And everything was fabulous, like community and all that stuff. Yeah. And then you lose weight too, so.
And she was drinking great juice from Just Juice. Just a little plug.
Yes. So, but during that time, it was like I was busy doing and not paying attention to emotions and feelings that I was suppressing. So that was like 2018, and it just started to bubble up, and I was like, it's going to be commit suicide or go do something about it.
Pause. We don't get to blow past that.
We're not blowing past it, but...
That was real though, right?
Yeah, it was like legit. So that's what happened. I took a medical leave from work in January 2019. Yeah.
Note to those who just heard that, if you find yourself in that state, take a medical leave.
And get
FMLA.
Help. Yes.
Do whatever you got to do because we live in a society that is so compartmentalized to what do you have, what don't you have, that's who you are. And that is completely varies just based on the opportunities that show up for you.
Yeah.
But our identity, because that's been our culture, gets stripped down into that box, what you have, what you don't have. And either trying to keep up with the Joneses, as the old people used to say, right? Or I'm not there yet, so I gotta strive to get there, so I have stress that I'm not there.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a whole hell of a lot.
It's a lot.
Like, Really.
Yeah.
And so many of us live here or here. Very few of us live here where it's working for us. We have our balance. And that's scary. So I love that you offered.
Yeah.
I'm taking a FMLA, leave of absence. My life is more important.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be gone if I don't, so I
That's
might
real.
as well try.
That's real.
Yeah, so that was the whole process. It makes you want to pull your eyeballs out. Like, you need an assistant to do that.
So that's in 2018.
2019.
2019 when you joined the gym shortly after that, or
I joined the
simultaneously?
gym in 2018
Okay, so you were in the gym.
in January.
You were in the gym doing the right things, and it helped, but it still wasn't what you needed.
Well, I was still working at Nike. It was a lot of overnights. Okay. It was a lot of travel. Well, travel kind of simmered down, but still, like, with my position, I was doing brand marketing events at Nike, and with that, you have to be on site at night to install the new whatever. Sure. If it's the Chicago Marathon, all the graphics, all whatever, all the things have to be installed. The new merchandise, the product has to be out. I have to be there to oversee to make sure it's installed correctly.
Yeah.
But I also have to be there for the walkthrough that's going to happen at like 9 a.m. with the leadership team. So we're going on a whole day of working, going to the store at night, being there overnight, being there when the leadership team comes. Oh, then you want me to be there for the event that I have to, that I'm in charge of. So, like, when do I go home to go, to sleep, to eat, to relax?
It's true.
Brush my teeth, maybe, and shower?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of it.
Well, you know what's interesting is
that's what they say.
April, as a country, this, I don't know how this fits to the interview really, but as a country, we lose $400 billion annually due to sleep deprivation. Yeah. Mistakes, inconsistency, repeat of work, exhaustion. Yeah. And the next closest country is $25 billion. The reason I say that is what you're describing is probably, well, not probably, the numbers tell us, it's far more the norm than we care to admit. Yeah. Some of the work that I do, we talk about the number of meetings people have per week. And it ends up being 65 to 85 to 90% of their time, which means, and so we always, joking with them, when do you get your work done? And they're like, at home. Well, I get in early, which meant they didn't have time to work out, be with family, kids on the way to school. Sleep, or when I get off at 6, then I go home and work. Or like, no wonder people, especially in Chicago, the most caffeinated city in the country, drink, do anything they can to escape. Right. So going back to you, 2019. Yeah. You decide to take the leave. What opens up? Yeah. So I started to pour into myself, and that's how. Be specific. Yeah. No. This is good. I started to pour into myself, like. I know it started with this like mini retreat. It was like a 1 or 2 day retreat I went to in California with my cousin. What kind of retreat? It was like a women's healing circle, and that was like the first time. Really? That's what Soul does. She does women's healing circles. Oh wow! And she has one coming up in Miami, the 3rd week of October. Oh nice. That's so when you mentioned it, I was like, what did you do? And then I didn't realize that. Yes. That's what's up. So it was like that was kind of new to me, a space to just be. And breathe and not feel pressure, and I could release. And how long were you there? How many days? It was only, I think it was a day event. A day event? Yeah. Okay. Was it so long ago? You feel like it was instrumental, at least at that time? I think it helped at that time. That's what's up. I mean, it was like, baby steps, but yes, it was a start. Yeah. From where you're like, it's a real option that I might just decide to check out to, hey, I can at least do what I need to do to get to tomorrow. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Definitely. And then also, like, I used to collect crystals as a kid, so I was like, I want to find a black crystal shop. And just so happened, I'm on Instagram scrolling, and one pops up, and it's like down the street from my house. And she had just opened it maybe like 6 months prior. Why did you want to, tell us a little bit about why you wanted to collect crystals as a kid. What was that like?
I was always drawn to them. Now, I did not know they had all of the other benefits that come along. I was just literally, I have my little bag from a kid, being a kid, and just automatically drawn to minerals and stuff from the earth.
So the reason, well, here's why. Here's why I think it's beautiful. I didn't know this about you.
Oh.
But I think it's beautiful because I have this saying that your dreams are the DNA of your purpose.
Yes.
And
really
I believe that in our younger state, before life kicks our arse, or before we surrender or succumb to the bull, that there may be something there for us. And out of all of my interviews, this is one of the first times there's a correlation where you're like, yeah, it was just kind of haphazardly a part of me, and where we are now.
Have crystals. I know.
And more.
That's just one thing.
All around. The name of the store again is what?
Energetic Vibes by Sprinkle Dazzle Collective.
So it's I always talk about how, when you don't know what to do, think back to when you were a child. What was there? Yeah, you maybe want to be a movie star or a singer. Okay, fine. But what was there? Because there may be something in your life now that, for example, hyper example, a woman that's 60 who always wanted to be a ballerina, so she danced throughout life but never became a ballerina, has the opportunity at 60 to not be a ballerina. But she can go assist at a ballerina school with little girls and find that inner fulfillment because she's connecting to what's been in her spirit. Getting back to you, you went and found a crystal store.
I did.
The only one had a black owner.
Black owner.
Yes.
During that time, 2019. Well, I was ahead of the game. 2020 came and we were like, oh, black businesses, we have to go support them.
That's right.
But 2019, I was like, I just want to spend my dollars at black owned businesses.
That's cool.
I found one down the street from my house.
Wait. The crystal store was down the street from your house?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Are y'all catching the gems that, like, just because she tuned in, what she needed was down the street?
It was down the street.
Because oftentimes we think we have to do so much.
No.
But it's right under our nose.
Yes.
The answer's right under our nose, but we're not paying attention.
Yes. So it was
This
called...
is beautiful.
I know.
This is beautiful. Wow. Okay, keep going.
It was called the Lotus Den. The owner is...
The Lotus Den?
Yeah, Kelly. And...
shout out to Kelly.
Yes. She recently closed the location. She was open about 5 years, but she's still online. So you can always shop the Lotus Den.
It don't matter.
.com.
She needed to be open when she was open to serve the purpose.
She's helped so many people. I love her.
That's what I'm saying. This is why we got to do what we do, no matter the scale, because her fullest expression or expression of self provides for somebody else.
Exactly.
That's like, I'm really, really big on that.
Yeah.
Because her doing that gave her fulfillment, but then it spilled over.
Yeah.
Keep going. People. This is great. Why do we wait this long? Maybe it was perfect timing.
Alignment. Yes.
Alignment. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Completed.
Keep going.
So I would say, let's say, I started going to therapy, all the things you have to go to.
Yes.
I don't know if it came up there, but I know personally I wanted to tap into stuff that brought me joy as a child, which was make jewelry, which I do now.
That's really cool.
I used to make it and sell it in my mom's beauty shop. So always been around entrepreneurs, from my grandfather and his mirror business. Back in the day, everyone had mirrors on the wall.
Yes,
the fire,
I remember my
everything
father.
was covered
It was
in
like
mirrors. That was probably my grandfather. But I just started tapping back into my creative side to help me navigate through a deep depression I was going through.
Pause. That was a nugget. Can you repeat that? You did what?
I tapped back into my creative side to help me navigate through a deep, dark moment I was going through in life.
So what I hear right now is the way out of the pain, the way out of the darkness is to let go of logic, to let go of the overthinking, and to get creative, which connects with our spirit and our natural self.
Yes.
And I never really considered that before. I know I do it with music. Now I don't play now at this point. I'm going to play again, but I get into music because I can feel. And that creativity to express comes through me.
Gotcha.
And that's where I begin to open.
Yeah.
That's why I fell in love with I'm a Piano. Because I can feel the soul in that music. And and it's like opening. But sticking with you, you moved. How did you know to move into creativity to begin that process?
I just wanted to do something that made me happy, and I knew like prior to maybe like a year and a half prior to that, I wanted to make jewelry. I just didn't have time because I was always on the road or whatever it was for my professional career. But now it was like, okay, you have the time, so let's go get the supplies. So I took one trip to New York to get some materials and stuff. Unfortunately, Chicago doesn't have like the fashion district like LA and New York has, which really
got some good designers, but not an area where you can just go get it.
Yeah, and it sucks, honestly. But anyway, I went to New York.
It's time for you to show up and do your thing.
Got a few materials and just started to create. It was like, okay. This is when I was going to church at the time. This girl loved my earrings, and she was like, "Oh, we're having a vendors market on Saturday, blah blah." It was like a week and a half away, and I was like, "Okay, yes, I'll do it." I didn't have anything made, but I was like, "I'll do it." You are the epitome of how we're supposed to live this life. You said yes, and you didn't even have product. I didn't have a product.
Did you know how to do it?
Yeah, I know how to do it.
Okay,
I was just getting started. So I was like, okay, let me hurry up and create this. Then I was like, wait, I need a website. I didn't really need it, but in my head, I wanted to have it perfect. You scan the QR and it's in the system, BB. So I created the website and all those things. I didn't get the SKU codes, barcodes set up in time, but it was still a building process because summer was kicking off and I was doing a whole bunch of pop-up events after that.
I remember the season of that.
So that was 2019. I did go back to work. I went back to work. Just like, let me just see, was it a thing or am I not supposed to be here? And it's so crazy. Like after a while, you get kicked out the system with your credentials with Nike. I'm pretty sure with any company. So I submitted my request. IT, hey, I need my login, blah, blah, blah. Like a week passed, and my boss was like, are you in? Because All-Star was coming, and they were trying to hand off projects to me. I'm like, no. They said something, we emailed you, but we didn't hear back from you.
That's when you were on PTO.
No, I can't get in the system, so you're not.
So you can get the email.
How are you going to, I called, like.
Got it. I'm like, okay. That's why I'm reaching out to you. Understood.
I don't know who they hired, but anyway. So that went on, and come January, like Christmas break came, and Christmas break we break like 2 weeks off. It's like school, being in college. So I had a trip planned for Ghana for the year return.
And you still hadn't heard of Nike. Nike's responding with your credentials.
No, I was on break. I was on PCO.
Got it.
So I was like, I'll come back and deal with it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Another lesson.
No one's working. It's
what you can't control, let it go.
Yeah.
Like you're living this. You're literally living these principles.
I literally
I love
can't
this.
do anything. I can't go in the system because
but you didn't stress either.
What am I stressing for?
Exactly.
I'm about to go to Africa for the first time in my life.
Yeah. I went to South Africa. I haven't been to Ghana, but I heard about the year of return.
Yes. And I'm happy I was able to go right before the pandemic. But
I would have stayed.
Yeah. It was good though. I went with somebody that I actually met through Nike, a project I worked on. She's from Africa, Ghana. Sorry.
I know, right?
Yeah. She's from Ghana, and I just like having that local point of view of seeing her country.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I came back from that and went to work for a day and quit at night.
Why? Why did you quit? What happened?
My soul just knew I wasn't supposed to be there anymore. Boom. And if it's like, give it one more. No, I had no more. No, nothing.
Okay, so April, I like this. I like that you were testing. Like, so you went back to work. Why? You went back because what?
I wanted to see if it was a phase I was going through, or if it was really, this is it. Like,
understood. But you were testing to figure out and find what's working for you.
Yeah.
And within one day she quit. Now, I'm not promoting you quit your job.
No.
That's your personal choice. I am promoting test the waters to find out what brings life to you, and then trust.
Yeah. Yes.
So you quit in one day. All-Star Weekend didn't happen.
Well, not for me.
For you.
It happened.
Not for you.
Yeah.
And not at your expense.
Yeah. Oh God.
Then what?
So that was what, 2020.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
This doesn't exist yet, right?
This was because this started in 2019. I didn't have this physical space.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
right,
I was
you were
just
doing
online.
some shows.
Yeah. But I had a trip planned to go to Bali. Well, let's back up before that. Still, remember, I'm getting my divorce and all those things. We went to trial, like the longest divorce process ever. It's now 2020. I filed in 2017. So like during this time, it's just like this weight on your shoulders. Like I'm still in this mess. COVID happens in America. We shut down. So now the courts are closed.
You know what happened worldwide, though.
I know.
I'm teasing.
But the courts are closed, so now I'm still waiting. It wasn't until May 2020 where it was finally dissolved.
Okay. All right. Got
it. But prior to that, I was gonna move to Bali, and 5 days before my flight, they sent me an email saying the borders are closed, and I'm like, I don't have COVID.
That's so cool.
I don't have it, so why can't I go? Just put me in the back of the plane. I don't need.
The plane's gonna fly anyway.
Right.
Put me in cargo.
So funny, but I'm like, I don't need anything. No snacks. I'll bring my lunch. You stay up there. I'll be back here. So that's how I just waited over the summer. 2020 was a whole mess for everyone across the world. But I was like, you know what? It's time for me to go. Because y'all just spending on this COVID, and I don't want to be a part of it.
I don't blame you. What'd you do?
I left. I moved out the country to Mexico.
I ended up in Mexico in 2021, so I get it.
Yes, I just left, and I had the best.
A lot of freedom. That's all I'm gonna say.
It was like one of the only countries letting people in without anything. You didn't need a test, nothing. We didn't have a vaccination back then, but
we didn't even wear masks then.
Well, you had to wear a mask.
Not where we were.
Oh my God.
And
where were you?
Puerto Escondido.
In
2021.
Oh, okay.
So did they have to in 2020? I don't know.
Okay.
I was in Cancun in 2020.
You had to wear a mask.
Only on the plane.
On the plane, and then grocery stores.
I didn't go to grocery stores. I was at a resort.
Oh, I was living. Sorry.
See, I told y'all. Okay. All right. So you.
I was grocery shopping. Yeah. But yeah, it was the best thing ever because a lot of other black expats had moved to Mexico just because so much was going on everywhere else where they were living, and we had the best time.
It was lit. It was all over IG. Tulum. I was like, I haven't been to Tulum. Tulum.
And I'm like, now it's like.
Okay, but while that's true, right?
Yeah.
When did the community of creatives begin while you were in Tulum? Because you were able to. I began this in the midst of all the great stuff I heard. This creative network I saw you talking about, and it wasn't just the last party. It was like, no, we're living life together, supporting one another, and building.
Yeah, the community can be great. The only thing is like people come and go, so like making friends and hanging on, but you never know, you'll link up with them again somewhere else. But in terms of the creative side of it, like you meet a lot of like-minded individuals, and if you are a creative type, like it's just the environment to do it. It's trying to get the content creation. That's when all of those TikTok dances and whatnot was popping off. So it's like, here's some nice background. Let me just go. Yeah. But everyone is like, they content creators, or they had their small business, so they would like do batch downloads of content creation.
I remember you were doing that. You were doing that.
So we would meet, we would have work sessions where, you know, if you're working on the project, everyone come together, do your project. That way it kind of helps you get through it, check something off your list, and if you have a question about a program or something, maybe somebody can help you or bring a new idea to your mind. Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so you're in Tulum, partying your butt off, making money during the day. Then what happens?
So I had moved up to Playa del Carmen. I met the guy who owned Black Travelground, and
oh, I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Travelground. Maybe we'll connect.
Yes. Unfortunately, he passed away, but I believe his company still exists.
Man,
but
sucks.
huge
Man,
shout out to D. Aaron. He was an amazing person. He always gave anybody an opportunity. So I would sell my jewelry on the yachts. Anytime he had a party going on, he's like, "Yo, you want to come?" Sure, I do. And I would I made this little wood board, and I would pop it up. Here's my stuff.
That reminds me when I was in Brazil.
I'm partying.
They just walk around.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You want this? You want this? But the difference is you got to be on the yacht doing it.
Right. It was just sitting there.
So
and I'm like, oh, let me go over there. I have a customer. Yes.
That's so cool.
That was the best part. Like,
what we can do to provide for one another.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this is a slightly ghetto version, forgive me. But it reminds me of being in the club in Chicago and a lady comes through with the roses. You want to buy a rose for her?
Exactly.
Like you want to buy a rose for her? See, she likes it.
For everybody.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes. So
wow. Okay.
That was that. I did have my dog with me down there, and we came back to visit. And that's when I realized he had heart failure. So this was 21. And I ended up staying here like a year and a half before I left again.
Okay, so pause. You're just coming out of divorce the year prior. The year prior to that.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, and now you found a sense of freedom, but then you come home, and your dog's not well.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of tracking the ups and downs.
Yeah, that was definitely
we think life is doing this.
Right.
We see you on Instagram. Ooh, girl.
Oh, no.
When you're like, bro, it was like, woo, woo, woo.
Right, yes. So I'm an Aquarius. Like, I like isolation. So I can get really quiet during down seasons. That's just how
you process.
Yeah.
I get that.
Just like not liking being around people and stuff. I'm an introvert, so
ditto.
Prior to COVID in 2019, I was already having my pandemic locked in, whatever type of lifestyle. I loved it. Like I didn't have to see nobody except my mama in the house. So, like, just with my dog being sick and watching his that's my baby. I got him when he was 2 months in Portland, Oregon. So, he was almost 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was
a journey. Real journey.
Yes. So, I made sure he had his best life, of course. He was in Mexico, living it up.
Out there with the chihuahuas like, hey. Just kidding. Bad joke.
Hilarious. But yeah, his health declined. He passed away in November 22 last year.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I was like, put my numbers together. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just like being a caretaker for anything, for a person or a dog is a lot. Like.
Yeah, I had a little bit of caretaking last year.
Yeah.
But the beauty, like, it's real.
It's real.
Right? But the love in you end up doing something that you would normally do. But because of that, that's your driver. But then you realize the physical toll.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all very interesting. It's all very interesting.
It's crazy.
All right. So how did we get to what I remember, and you can provide insight.
He was almost 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was
a journey. Real journey.
Yes. So I made sure he had his best life, of course. He was in Mexico, living it up.
Out there with the chihuahuas like, hey. Just kidding. Bad joke.
Hilarious. But yeah, his health declined. He passed away in November 22 last year.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, put my numbers together. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just like being a caretaker for anything, for a person or a dog is a lot. Like.
Yeah, I had a little bit of caretaking last year.
Yeah.
But the beauty, like, it's real.
It's real.
Right? But the love in you end up doing something that you would normally do. But because of that, that's your driver. But then you realize the physical toll.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all very interesting. It's all very interesting.
It's crazy.
All right. So how did we get to what I remember, and you can provide insight.
I'm waiting for it.
What I remember is, all right, cool. I'm living here, having a great time, but I'm about to fly back, do a show, make my money, deuces, and go back to living how I want to live. How did that swap so you could create the life you want?
Coming to Chicago and then going back.
Yeah.
So I mean, during that time when I was here with my dog, that's when I opened up the space because I was like, 21.
21. Okay, 2021.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're gonna be here for a while because he couldn't fly. Like I was like, wait, what do you mean he can't fly?
Okay, so give me. Hold on. I follow that. I have a question. How did you? At what point, or maybe you always were, comfortable with uncertainty? Because that took uncertainty to leave and then, okay, come back and I'm gonna do this. Like, to have the ability to be flexible and pliable with your income. Because you came from a very solid income with solid benefits, where structure was there. You got tired of it. Yes, I got that. And then you've now, as a woman, leaped into a lot of uncertainty and you seem to be doing well.
Yeah,
adapting and being with it.
Oh my God, it's pros and cons to both sides. Like, I like my free time. That's great. I may not be making money. Are you okay with that, April? I mean, I would love to, have the bank account stacking up, but do I have enough where I'm okay? Also, like, family support. My mom is the reason why I can live like this. Because when I first moved in with her, I'm not in the house with her. I'm in her 1-bedroom apartment with her. And now my grandmother is there.
Take that in, because
now my grandmother is there too. So it's 3 grown women.
This is good.
1-bedroom apartment. I will be 40 in January.
This is good.
I wake up to my mom like this.
But here's the thing. Most people out there, hold on. The truth is, in our culture, we've been duped and stooped to think you got to have your own. You got to do this. You got to do that.
That's what messed up in the beginning.
And it's only us that live that way. Nobody else does it.
No, they take after graduation from college.
Hold on. In Africa, they don't do that. Where do we get this as if
I don't know?
We are doing our own thing.
It's like ego. Maybe just.
But why did we derive such
of life?
Because I want to unravel that. Like, that's when we slow. Okay, I understand having your own. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, but.
We're not
at what point did we decide to do the dumbest thing from financial wealth creation on the planet, freedom, heart restoration on the planet, and nobody else does it but us? Yeah. That's insane.
It is.
Like, we have a sickness that we don't even understand that we call pride around this concept. And I'm not saying, hey, go live with your mama. I'm saying, who cares if you do or you don't, as long as you're cultivating and building life that contributes and that brings joy. Like, I don't understand. And you just, first of all, thank you for your humility and vulnerability.
Oh, yeah.
The freedom.
I'm here.
The freedom to give a flying fart about what somebody else thinks about you.
Really don't, so that you get to live your
while they working to maintain something they tired of.
Yeah. I mean, but so it's
pause
just like,
on that though.
I know. It's pros and cons to it.
It's pros and cons to it.
I can be working a job, but I know, like, literally in my soul, I was dead inside. So do I want to be dead inside, stacking money, or do I just want to be living and having faith in what's to come and be for my life? Knowing that, like, I did it one way, one time, I can do something else a different way and still survive.
I want to do a quick audience check. I want to know how many of y'all dead out there. Because we've been doing this a long time. And it's not necessarily about the grind. We highlight it, we talk about it, we are told about it.
Yeah. It's not.
But I was talking to one of my best friends.
Yeah.
You haven't met him yet.
Okay.
And he called me. He's like, bro, do you realize that the average man in America retires at 68, dies at 74?
And I just laugh all the time. That's crazy.
He's like, you mean to tell me I'm going to work all these years to provide for everybody in my family?
Which is cool.
And that's where my value is.
But.
And then I retire and I only got 4 years to enjoy myself? Something's got to change.
You can't even move.
Something's got to change.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, I wanted to go see the world. So that's what I'm doing, trying to do. But yeah, I mean, I can't say, save $50,000 and you'll be okay.
Right.
Like, because it depends on how you like to travel.
Yep. You never know. It depends on how you want to travel.
How you like to travel. Like, I can say $50,000 could last me 10 years. But how am I living?
How are you living? Yeah.
Or it can last me a week. How you living?
How you living?
Yeah. But, yeah, I did make sure that I saved at least $100K.
That's awesome.
But I didn't have to pay rent. Well, I was paying rent in the beginning with my mom. But now, because, like, I moved away and came back, she's just been generous. More than generous enough to let me stay with her.
Yeah.
And that's definitely helped because we know rent and
okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Was that a difficult negotiation? Or was she more
we
like,
really
it's totally
talk
fine?
About it.
Oh. Okay.
But in my head, I don't like on anybody anything. So I'm like, whenever this next thing for me financially comes, I want to buy her own place and stuff. Like, whatever it is happens, like, I owe her so much.
That's what I'm talking
like,
about.
And if I can't buy her place, I'm gonna give her a lump sum of money. Like, thank you. But right now, she knows I can't do it.
I love that.
And I'm trying with the business, but like online orders aren't there like I like it. I do a lot of big events now, but
hold on, somebody might be interested because we're gonna show them the store in a minute.
Because I'm ready to shut it down. Like,
is...
everything's for sale. I'm about to move to Bali.
Look, she about to tear it up again. All right, so quick.
Oh my god.
I'm taking a chance to tour the store.
I'm like,
y'all gotta ignore. She just got back from vacation. We're not going that way. She just got off vacation, just got back in the store. But this is some of the goodies.
So I can talk you through.
You should see the website below. You need to come buy some of this stuff. So she can go back to Bali anyway, and then come back and make some more for y'all. Keep going.
Yes.
What else?
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. It's just like, are you okay with being uncomfortable? Some of us are, and some of us aren't.
Well, here's the thing. I'm willing to bet most of us are uncomfortable and we're not okay.
Yeah.
But because we have things around us, we think we're okay.
Wait, say that one more time.
Yeah. So most of us are uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
But because we have the things that validate us, we're comfortable. But the truth is, we're uncomfortable because we're not living our truth. I'm not saying if you have a job, it's not your truth. Please. Do whatever it is you do, but ask yourself, am I doing it this way for the things that make me feel comfortable? And that's totally okay if it is, but are you comfortable on the inside with what you're doing?
Yeah.
Those two are not necessarily the same thing. And y'all know me, I'm all about spirit freedom. Spirit freedom is, I'm all about that. And I know we live in a country where we have been, again, we just talked about what happened to our people as Americans. We think you've got to be doing all this, and society supports and purports that.
Yeah.
But it's not always feasible.
No.
Not always healthy either.
No. And
we choose that path over health. And all I'm saying is, I get it. Get yours. I'm trying to get mine.
We try.
But not at the expense of mi corazón. No. No. No and no and no and no.
Yeah. It
has to come through and from. Otherwise, this journey, however many years I get, just, I mean, I've heard, I don't know if you've heard, but they say, no one on their deathbed ever wishes they had more time to work, wishes they had made more money. They only say, I wish I had spent more time with the people that matter to me. Why do we continue to blindly follow this path and ignore the things that actually feed our spirit? I don't know. Anyway, back to you, ma'am. Now we're at 2022.
Yeah, in the journey.
What have you learned? What is rising in you? What are you discovering about yourself? Back at mom's, where you're kind of in and out as you need to be.
Yeah.
After you lose your best friend, your puppy, your dog, of 15 years.
Yeah.
What's happening? Catch us up. What's happening in your world?
That was in November, so like
a year ago, just under a year ago.
This past November. Yeah. That was the first time I had to deal with grief like because I've been blessed. I still have my mom, I still have my grandmother. I grew up with them. My grandfather, he passed away when I was 11 months, so I didn't
understood.
Yeah, my family is small on my mom's side.
Okay.
I did lose like my grandmother on my dad's side and an uncle and stuff, but it didn't hit this. I mean, I know it's my dog. It didn't hit the same. Like,
Understood.
In terms of grief,
because you
like
connected.
I was connected with this little being. That was my baby.
Yeah.
So that was all new to me. Like, I mean, and I feel like grief is just going to be an everlasting thing. It's gonna hit you. Like yesterday, I was crying, then I'm smiling. So I was like, I need Aquarius. I need to get away. I need to get away. And it was winter too in Chicago. I'm like, and my birthday was coming up, so I was like, I need a fresh start. I'm gonna go to Costa Rica. I feel like it was calling me back because I went there in 2018 for a healing retreat. That did not happen. That's a whole different story. But I felt like the place was calling me back, and it was perfect. Like,
wow,
the jungle will reveal a lot of things to you. I watched so many things happen with couples. If you're a couple and you want to figure it out, go to Costa Rica.
Really?
Oh my God.
Wow.
I would watch couples get there all great by day 3. And I'm in the pool just chilling at peace. I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. It never failed. I'm like, and it made me think back. Me and Jamel, my ex-husband, we went to Costa Rica and shit hit the fan.
What is it about Costa Rica?
I don't know, but the jungle will reveal the truth, and I should have listened. That's all I was saying.
Do you also get to see some of them figure it out, or is it that the jungle just destroys marriages?
No, it doesn't destroy. Like, I'm just saying, it reveals the truth, and I didn't. I should have listened to that truth that was revealed when I found out that he was cheating when we were dating. I should have listened to that, and that was like 2011 or whatever. I don't know. It's okay. Everybody, if you know me, you know I was married to Jamel. It's not rocket science. We are all people, individuals, people getting married, divorced.
And we all have our different, Yeah,
that's it's part okay. Of it. It's much love. Like, I worked through myself, so it's much love to you. This is no disrespect. So, but I should have listened. And I didn't. But anyway, when I was in the pool and I heard them arguing, I was just like, wait a minute. It was like a full circle moment. I was like, this is the place to come if you want to
find out what's really going
on about relationship, your life, whatever it is. If you want the truth and you're ready for it, it will show.
Okay, so you said something for couples. Go to Costa Rica to stir the pot. But as an individual, you said as well. Did you find awakenings there for yourself?
I realized like you can grieve and also be happy at the same time, which was the craziest thing.
It's really cool. I actually love that though because there's freedom in that.
It is.
It's not like you have to take on a state and this is your lot for life for the next however many years it takes. And the reason I say that is because not because I'm always happy-go-lucky, and I'm not always happy-go-lucky.
We're not.
But I think we cop out too often. It's just going to take its time, and we live life under this umbrella that we've set up as an excuse to not find life, as an excuse to just live low, go off, isolate, all unhealthy expressions of self, and not truly grieving. It's probably leaning toward depression and other things that take us in more. So learning to laugh, learning to be happy and grieve simultaneously, that's beautiful.
Like literally I would be crying and then go to the beach and party with my friends, like all at the same, and that's
called being present too.
It was just like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
And not to say I wasn't still sad, but I just didn't have to be sitting there crying. I can still go enjoy life because grief will come in waves. You know, it's not something. Oh, okay, I grieved. Check the box. I healed myself. No, this is forever. So.
And it's also beautiful that I had a conversation with a buddy. Happiness is not like you're always happy. But what you're doing is you're opening yourself to be happy, just like we tend to. If you feel grief, then you feel the grief.
Right. It's a good emotion.
It's part of living. It's up, it's down. It's part of the ebbs and flows of life, the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Coming into 2023.
Yes.
What's it been like so far?
It's been good because when I was in Costa Rica, I set out, I was very clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a lot of long, oh my God, I'm blanking on the word, but I'm gonna take a lot of long breaks from life. Okay. Sabbaticals, sorry.
That's good.
A lot of like long sabbaticals. So I kicked off the year with that, and I said I was gonna only do big events when it came to my business. So big festivals, not just hopping on any little pop-up shop that somebody would do.
Creating a demand on yourself.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
I was specific at which ones I wanted to do.
Setting the plan for it. I like that. Creating a demand, setting the plan. Yes, keep going.
It was so funny because I got back in May to surprise my mom for Mother's Day. I made the video like of where I will be popping up and posted it. And I said I will be at the Black Women's Expo, Essence Fest. I was not even accepted to Essence Fest. But I said I will be there. Like, I applied for it and bought my plane ticket in April. They accepted me on June 18th. I flew out on June like 26th.
You are walking me through this journey.
I just knew I would be there. Now, whether it was literally with Essence Festival or on the corner next to the convention center, I was going to be in New Orleans. Luckily, it happened the way I wanted it to.
Second story I heard about that. I forgot who this guy was. He was trying to get business at a convention. He couldn't get in a convention, but what he did was he found out where do all the people go for breakfast or lunch, and they went to this shop, the only shop nearby, and everybody would order bagels. So what he did one day was he went in and bought all the bagels and then waited outside. When they came back out looking for a bagel, he'd say, "You have a bagel if you take my business card."
Yeah.
And he used that as an opportunity and landed some major financing situation because he used his ingenuity, the will, and made a plan without knowing how it was going to work, and it opened.
Yes.
I love you and appreciate you because you've been dropping so many nuggets for me so far.
Oh, thank you.
That tells me just keep doing what you're doing, Keys.
Yes. You gotta keep trying
new
things.
So you Essence
don't
Fest,
be afraid.
It worked out the way you wanted.
It did.
Okay, you said don't be afraid. Hold on, that's like easy to say.
Don't be afraid. Like what you?
How did you get your muscle? How did you develop this muscle? Like I ain't afraid. I'm gonna buy this ticket, make it happen. I'm there.
We gonna go party, or we gonna go find a way to sell stuff, or do both.
I'm gonna be in Mexico December 12th. There's a party we've been invited to already. Met somebody the other day. They're like, I'm celebrating my birthday in Mexico in my Puerto Escondido. Puerto Escondido. Said it like an Italian. I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyway, back to you.
Like, okay.
I know, right? Who does he think he is? Puerto Escondido.
Yes. So how do you just do it? Just do it.
Oh,
just do it.
It's a wrap.
Maybe it was ingrained in me from my Nike days. Just do it.
So mantras? I mean, like, it's a subtle play, right? And then they actually had you doing it with the rigid schedule you had too.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a season. Every season has its purpose in your life. So I'm grateful and thankful. But I knew that the future season of my life, I didn't want to live like that. So
I love it. So we're in 2023. You just did Essence Fest.
Yeah.
And some other big things that you said maybe.
I did the Black Women's Expo here in Chicago,
okay.
Broccoli City Festival in DC, and also Silver Room Block Party, which was the last one. And that's when I finally saw you.
Silver Room Block Party, and we finally got this. All right, so I'm impressed.
So now, thank you.
Because of how you live your life.
Just free flowing, yeah. I think it's just growth.
It's not just free flowing.
What is
You're
it?
actually very intentional.
Yeah.
You're not just, I'm going to wake up and what I'm going to do today.
Sometimes I am.
Okay, what percent of the time is that?
I don't have a percentage. Maybe it's, I want to say 50-50, maybe it's not, but
okay.
I do have days where, it's like, you've been free flowing too much. You need to get your whiteboard, put some things on the board. The Capricorn, wherever it is on my chart, needs to kick in. Because the Aquarius girl, she's life is great. Let's book another flight and So it's like a mixture.
Okay.
Like when I'm on, that's the thing. When I'm on,
you're on.
I'm on.
See, but that's good.
It's good and bad because then when I overwork and then I crash and then I'm off and then it's hard to get back on.
One of my best friends told me, he's like, dude, while you build your business, go 6 weeks hard.
Yeah.
Leave the country for 2 weeks. Go 6 weeks hard, leave the country for 2 weeks. And now that's his model, but his model was like the moment you wake up till you have to close your eyes at night, you go. And then they take the time off. But they only did it for a couple years.
Yeah.
But well, every 6 weeks they were gone.
Yeah. So for me, I find it hard to like.
I can't do 6 weeks straight. I'm not gonna lie.
It takes me 2 weeks to get back on the horse, and then okay, now we riding, we doing this. Yeah, it takes a minute to switch back gears.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
But you're finding your balance.
I'm finding my balance, which is why I was creating Harmony and Ease, my retreat.
You got a retreat coming up. Talk about it.
I'm gonna push it out because I think it's too much to cram it in this time frame. I wanted to do it in November.
Can you describe it? What they can expect at the Harmony and Ease retreat?
It's
By the way, we're going to title this Harmony and Ease because, like, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Easy. But a lot of times, well, we already know.
A life filled with harmony and ease that derive from pain and darkness.
I like book. Are we writing the book now?
No, this is just episode for you.
It was a dark and gloomy night.
Long ago.
She stepped out to 360.
In the bowels of Chicago's sewer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Harmony and Ease, you can expect all of that. Just exactly what those words mean. But we know that in America, we work, we grind, we don't take a break. So this moment is for you to step out of that cycle and come into a world where it's actually harmony and ease between the two. So you enjoy like adventures and stuff, but we'll also have like massages and some things for you to tap into yourself. And it's a balance of it. So it's not a trip where you come and you're on the go 10 like every single day. No. Personally. No.
Where is it located?
No, it will be Costa Rica and then Bali as well. So how it's gonna all happen?
If you married, get your stuff worked out before you show up in Costa Rica. She already warned you. I'm just trying to remind you. Okay, go ahead. What are you saying?
Hilarious.
It might not be harmony.
It's gonna be harmony.
If you hiding stuff under the bed, please bring it out before. No, you said the jungle cultivates it.
The jungle will reveal things to you if you're ready for it. If you're open and
I'm not worried personally. I'm saying them.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
Everybody will be fine.
Then come on,
they're coming with specific intentions, and it's not like that. Yeah.
I love that specific intention.
Yeah, but Costa Rica and Bali, those are my two locations.
Are you gonna be doing one in Bali anytime soon?
Sure. This is my free flow spirit. Like sure. And then this is where I have to pull it back. Like, girl,
I got some connections.
You got to still do your taxes. What are you doing? Because I'll be on to the next thing. In Bali, yes. I'm planning to go to Bali before the year is over.
Oh.
Because I want to wake up in my new year in Bali. And
y'all know it's mid-September and she just decided she's going to be in Bali.
I know. I've been planning Bali. You forgot.
Oh, okay.
I had my flight booked 2 times.
Oh, you haven't made it yet?
No, I haven't made it yet. I've gone to Bali on vacation, but not to live.
Vacation, live. We talked about this earlier. There's a difference between the two.
Yeah. I went in 2017 for 10 days and it was amazing. But I want to go back.
That's awesome.
Because we were doing things every day. I want to just...
That's awesome.
Oh, this is Bali. This is the way. Oh, this is the culture. This is how you do that. Oh, I watched the whole rice field grow and watched them manage the land.
That's really cool. Wow. So what's next for you? Bali. Like I know Bali. Oh wait, I'm trying to get into the future, and she's like, dude, it depends on how I feel.
Man. I'm trying to get
because I live through harmony and ease.
What's next?
That's what's up.
Like future, like 5 years from now.
It doesn't have to be 5 years. It can be next year. But it sounds like Bali. Bali it is, folks.
Bali, yeah, next year that, and we'll see where this goes, my business.
Yeah. We're going to have a website on here so people can...
Restructure. Yes, that would be greatly appreciated.
Avail yourselves.
But yeah, I might restructure some things.
That's cool.
And then, you're like, I'm trying to do like Airbnb rentals. So have corporate leases on different properties, create a portfolio, and rent out properties on my own through different platforms like Airbnb.
I love it.
Verbo.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So, a couple things I got.
Yes.
Is that you've gotten in tune with yourself.
Yeah.
And you discovered through testing, even going back to work one day, that it's far more valuable, since you said earlier there's always risk both ways, that it's far more valuable to step and go within and live from there and just kind of follow it.
Yeah.
And check in every now and then to make sure you're on course.
Yeah, definitely. And cleanse yourself from the inside. Shout out to Rashidat, because during 2019, yeah.
Rashidat O, right?
Yes.
OWE.
OWE.
Look her up.
But during 2019, during my medical leave and stuff, that was one of the things that I was like, okay, every week out of a month, I'm gonna do her 7-day detox plan. She had wrote a book about it, so I would do that. And that.
How long did you do that?
Once a week.
Once a month?
Yeah, once a month. So once a week.
A week every month?
Yes. Now, at one point, I missed a few months, so I did it for 3 weeks straight.
Okay.
So I just feel like it provides. You're cleansing the shit out of you. You letting that shit go, literally.
Which impacts your spirit
it does.
And your hormones and your physical body.
It does.
True story. Okay.
It was amazing. Like, that's when I noticed a change too. Like, clearing, letting shit go. And then my skin, my skin was looking good.
Go.
My body, like, I didn't feel sluggish. And the nutrients that you get, you know.
Look, firsthand. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
So you had a practice of cleansing once a month for a week.
Yeah.
To help your body. How did it help your spirit?
Hers is a mind, body, spirit cleanse. So
without giving away her secrets, what are some of the results you experienced that you felt like, man, every time I come out of the cleanse, all of this is clear to me or happening?
I was learning a lot just spiritually, like how to live life. I forgot the name of the book, but it's all, if you look up her 7-day holistic cleanse, it would say the name of the book. RASHIDAT, last name OWE. Yeah. There you go. Shout out. We might drop a link down there if I can find it. Yeah. But meditation and stuff, like, that was a part of it.
That is now a part of my life. Shout out to Soul for that, because that was, I knew about it, but I had all these things around it. And now it's more like, no, I need this. Yeah. If I don't go within, I'm going to crack on y'all.
Exactly. And we don't go within.
Yeah.
And I can tell when I haven't been.
Yeah.
When I haven't. And now I'm like, I feel a little...
No, believe me, I had one day I had some emotions. I was frustrated. And I was like, let me just go in and see what's going on. And it was like, I was frustrated emotionally because I was thinking with this. And I checked inside and I saw my brain. It was like, calm. I was like, whoa! Make note of that. Yeah. Your spirit is like, what's wrong with you? And so, once I got out of this and I went back in, it was like, oh yeah, I know what's happening. I'm cool. Yeah. But I didn't know this. It wasn't a normal part of my flow. So anyway, you got diet, you got meditation. Yep. What else? Do you recall?
Those were the two key main things. Those were the key main things. I love the book that she had us read as well, but I just forgot the name of it.
If I remember
it was like the principles, But yeah.
Good.
Yes.
So all right. So if this were your last opportunity to leave wisdom on the planet,
oh God,
and they were seeking it from you, what would be the top 2-3 things you would say for living with ease and harmony?
One is self-reliance.
Define that in your terms. I want to make sure I get that.
No. So I just went to Burning Man in Black Rock City, Nevada. It was all on the news. Apparently something was going on, and I had no clue. And I was getting messages like, "Are you okay?" It rained on playa, which changes the playa dust to like mud. Okay. So they said that everyone was stuck and stranded. Well, we couldn't drive in the mud, so. But anyway, I hate the news. They exaggerate everything.
You heard it first. They didn't die out there.
We weren't dying. Just rain. It was rain. We weren't flooded. We had food. We had parties. We had good vibes only. God. But one of the principles is
Mexico now.
Self-reliance. And it's just like create a life where where you can do things on your own. Like, don't depend on other people. I'm very independent, but don't depend on other people. They're there to help. But Are you self-reliant?
Yeah, no, this is good.
Yeah.
I love how you described it. They're there to help. So you don't ignore, but
yeah,
you're focused here.
Yeah.
That's really good. Keep going. I'm listening.
And that was one of the principles. It's like
from the book or
from Burning Man.
Okay.
Have you heard of Burning Man?
Yes, I want to go. I just started really looking into it last year.
Be a part of the Burning Camp.
Okay.
I gotta do recruitment.
Okay.
It's amazing. Like, you will love it.
Okay. It's in the fall every year?
That one is. They have a lot of regional everywhere. They got
No. I mean, not there. I want to go. Well, what? Sorry, I love South Africa. My bad.
They have one out there. They have a Love Burn in Miami.
We can talk about this in a minute. You go back to your principles.
They need to know about Burning Man.
Well, then go for it. Listen.
But
come
oh my
to
God.
South Africa. Come with me to South Africa.
Yeah. But self-reliance is a big one.
Self-reliance.
And because I worked at Nike,
do you feel like you fully define that in your terms? I want to make sure they get it. Because we all have these definitions in our head.
What you want it to be. What does it mean to you? Like, what does it mean to you? Tell us. Drop it in the comments.
I like that.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, next one.
And I'm going to say just fucking do it. And I'm saying that, of course, because I worked at Nike, I'm adding fucking because why are you messing around? Just do it. What are you waiting on for? I know some things you're like, but take the leap. Like,
I've been listening to Myron Golden. He says, the faster you do it, the more time you'll have to spend it with the people you love the most. And that's been a word for me.
Yes.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Get it done, bro.
Yes.
Get it done, bro.
Yes.
Get it done, bro.
Immediacy. So immediacy is...
I'm taking this in. This. I thought this was for y'all. This is for me.
Immediacy is one of the core principles of Burning Man, which was enlightening for me because... Immediacy. And for me, I get up. Burning Man is a whole situation. I'm camping out in the desert in a tent. Daytime is super hot. I'm like just naked because it's hot and I'm in my tent. Nighttime, I'm under my little coat and blanket. I didn't bring enough and I'm shivering.
on a rock ground.
No, so I have a shift pod. It's like
I don't know what a shift pod is.
It's like
that's called glamping. I won't in. I tried the floor thing in Paris. It don't work for me no more.
No, I had a shift pod. Like, I could stand up. I had my queen air mattress. I had room over here. It was amazing.
Notes in the comment section. Because now I can really go to Burning Man.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's the whole situation.
Okay.
But immediacy, because I was like, on Thursday night, I was like, okay, on Friday and Saturday, I'll go do X, Y, and Z, which I could have done when I got there on Saturday a week prior. It rained on Saturday. It rained on that Friday and Saturday, so I couldn't do those things.
Okay.
So it really hit me like immediacy. You could have just gotten up to go see the sunrise. It's right here. You didn't have to get up and wipe your face off. Who cares? It's dust everywhere.
You hit me with some stuff.
It's dust everywhere. I could have just gone instead of like trying to still make sure
I'm in my own situation.
Everything is in order. What's in order? I'm in the desert. Brush your teeth, go get on your bike,
You're right.
and go watch the sunrise. Because now I can't do it. Because it rained on the playa and you can't ride your bike in the mud.
You were stuck.
I was stuck.
Trapped.
Oh my God, I was trapped.
Oh my God, don't go to that
food.
thing.
It was cold. They locked us in.
Wow, and it was sweltering during the day. You had no air conditioning. Okay, sorry.
It was the best thing ever. 10 out of 10.
And then
Take me back.
No,
right now.
I'm going.
Take me
for
back.
real.
Right. August 24th, 24. That's the date.
Okay. If I had my phone, I'd put that date in.
It's okay, we'll do it.
I like this.
Yeah, so just fucking do it. Self-reliance and immediacy. And because 4 is my favorite number, what else am I going to say? I'm going to say grace. You have to have grace. We don't show grace.
Yourself?
Yeah, for ourselves and for others. We don't stop and say, hey girl, or whatever you call yourself. It's okay.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't always give myself. I give grace to others.
But we're so
I don't always give grace to myself. I used to be extremely hard on myself. Came from some whole parenting thing and American thing that I was buying into or raised in.
Yeah.
And I've gotten better.
Okay.
significantly better. But I was talking to a friend the other day, and they called me back the next day. Are you okay? You sound like you're a little bit stressed. And I was like, you know what? I am a little bit stressed.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to not this and that, and I don't have all the answers, and I gotta go learn this, and I gotta go learn that. And they're like, hey, yo, Keith, you got this.
Right.
You remember who you are? And I'm like, I do.
Within.
I just gotta figure all that out. And it was like, oh yeah, let me get back in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that took going back in.
Yeah. Yeah, that Rashida told me that.
Took going. I want to hit something really quick too.
Yeah.
What I have learned is that even in religion, right? The way I was raised, I had to go pray out for help within. And that's cool. I ain't got no problem with praying. But it's not the same as acknowledging God and Spirit is already within. That's a whole other dialogue.
Yeah, it is.
And you can tap in anytime because that is the source of all that you are anyway.
Right.
You ain't got to go nowhere. You ain't got to cry out. You got to go look within and listen. It's good. It's good. That's all I got. You got more you want to leave them with?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Go to Burning Man if you have questions about that. I feel like that's a part 2, but hit me up.
Part 2.
Instagram.
Oh, that's gonna be on there. You ain't even gotta worry about it.
Come see me on Instagram if you want, and we can chat about Burning Man or whatever else. But yeah.
You heard it here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Peace.